So this all started about a week before Christmas. I 24F was looking forward to spending the holiday with my family, something we've always done. Yeah, there's some tension, but nothing that would make me think they'd just leave me out. I get a text from my mom the day before Christmas Eve saying, "Hey, sorry, but we're going to have to cancel dinner tomorrow due to some last-minute changes we'll do. Next year." Okay, I was disappointed. Of course, we've done Christmas dinners for years, and while things weren't perfect, it was family, but fine. Okay, it happens. I didn't think much of it until the next day. I had to run some errands, so I wasn't home much. When I got back, my phone was blowing up with notifications. Turns out one of the older relatives, let's call her Aunt Linda, had posted a ton of photos from the family dinner on Facebook. What's the problem with that? You ask. Well, Linda doesn't know how social media works and posted the pictures publicly. That means everyone, including me, could see them. The word first part, they were all having the best Christmas dinner, laughing, toasting, exchanging gifts, everything I would have been a part of if my mom hadn't conveniently canceled the dinner for me. I sat there staring at the photos, my heart sinking. The words best Christmas ever. With smiling faces, kids playing in the background, the whole family gathered around the table, except for Mid. I snapped. My hands were shaking as I scrolled through the images. There were my cousins, my aunts, uncles, even my mom, all enjoying the meal. They lied about my phone buzzed with a message from my mom, as if she didn't already know I'd seen it. "Hey, honey, sorry about Christmas. We'll do something next year. I promise, love. You." I couldn't believe it. I was furious. No more than furious. Angry doesn't even cover it. They had excluded me on purpose. This was planned. I knew it. It wasn't a last-minute change. It was a deliberate decision. My mom had probably convinced the rest of them not to invite me, and I bet they didn't even feel guilty about it. Hell, it was probably her idea from the start. As I stewed over this, I got another message, this time from my mom. She said she wanted to talk and called me right after. I didn't even want to answer, but I did. "Hey, honey, how are you? I know you must be upset, but it's really for the best, trust me," she said, sounding all sweet, like she hadn't just ruined my Christmas do. I could feel my blood boiling. I had to hold back from just screaming into the phone. Instead, I said, "Oh, really, for the best? You cancel dinner on me and then have the audacity to post those pictures online like nothing happened? Do you think I'm just supposed to sit here and be okay with it?" She didn't seem to take me seriously at all. "Sweetie, I just thought it'd be easier this way. You've been so busy with work and I didn't want to stress you out. You know how things get. We'll make it up next year." That was the last straw. I've always been the one who tries to keep the peace, who bends over backward for my family. But not anymore. They mess with the wrong person this time. Now I'm planning my revenge, and believe me, I'm going to make sure they regret this. But here's the kicker. I haven't told them anything yet. They still think I'm just sitting around, sulking. They have no idea what's coming. I spent the next couple of days just stewing in anger. Every time I thought about how they treated me, it made my blood boil. I couldn't believe they'd all just go along with it like it was nothing. What kind of family does that to someone? But then it hit me. This wasn't just about Christmas dinner anymore. This was about me taking back control. They thought they could push me aside, leave me out, and I just take it well. Not any more doubt. I started plotting. The first thing I did was unfollow every single one of them on social media. I didn't want to see their smug holiday posts anymore, but I needed a way to turn this around. So I went back to Aunt Linda's public Facebook album. Yeah, the one she had no clue was public, and started screenshotting everything, every photo, every caption, every smiling face, all posted to the world for anyone to see. Then I made a plan. I knew that if I wanted to really get under their skin, I'd have to make this public too, so I started working on a post of my own. But this wasn't just about embarrassing them. It was about showing them that I was done being their doormat. I wasn't going to play the victim, not anymore. Instead, I was going to let everyone see exactly what kind of people they were. I crafted the perfect post, a little witty, a little sarcastic, and just the right amount of bitterness. Here's what I wrote. "Hey, everyone. So Christmas was apparently canceled at my house this year, or so I was told, but it seems like my family had a totally different idea of what canceled means. Check out all the photos from their last-minute changes Christmas dinner, because apparently I'm just not invited anymore. Best Christmas ever, right? Looks like they saved all the food, presents, and good times for everyone else. Just thought I'd let you all in the holiday fun I missed out on this year. Merry Christmas to me, I guess. Nanchad family drama. While I'd left out, I made sure to tag every single one of them, and I didn't just post it on Facebook. No, I wanted to make sure they saw it everywhere. So I shared it to Instagram too and tagged them there as well. I knew this would send shockwaves through the family, especially since my mom's whole thing was pretending everything was perfect. For everyone else out, I didn't expect them to call right away, but sure enough, within minutes, my phone was buzzing. It was my mom. I didn't pick up. I knew if I did, I'd lose control, so I let it ring. Then came a message from my cousin, Rachel, who was apparently concerned about how I was feeling. To cousin Rachel, asked, "What's going on? Why are you doing this? It's just Christmas. We didn't mean to hurt you." I couldn't help but laugh. They were all acting like I was the one who was overreacting. I started typing a CUA reply, but then deleted it. No, I wasn't going to waste my energy explaining myself to them. This was their problem. Now then came a text from my mom again. She was starting to panic. Mom said, I don't know what you're trying to do, but this isn't the way to fix things. We're family. Please, let's talk. I had to admit, the sheer nerve of her was impressive. After everything they did now, she was trying to turn the tables and play the victim unbelievable dot. I waited a few hours before responding. I didn't want to. Seemed too eager. I had to keep the pressure on. And when I finally replied, I kept it simple. I replied, it's funny, because I thought I was family too, but I guess that doesn't count for anything. Any more than I just left it at that, though. Ball was in their court, and I wasn't going to make the first move this time. The messages kept coming, my mom, Rachel, even my aunt. But I didn't respond. I just let them stew the next day, the family. Group chat lit up. My mom was angry. She wanted to know why I'd aired our dirty laundry on social media. I knew this was the moment where things would either go up in flames or I'd have them right where I wanted them. The texts were flying fast, but I stayed calm. Mom asked me, what is wrong with you? You're causing drama and making this worse for everyone. I just couldn't help it. I was done with them pretending to be perfect. I was done letting them walk all over me. I responded, drama no. Mom, what's wrong is the way you've treated me for years. Don't try to spin this and make it my fault you canceled Christmas on me, and now you want to act like I'm the one who ruined everything. Maybe it's time you take a hard look at what you've done. And with that, I had seed the moment I had CD. I could feel the weight of what I'd just done. It wasn't just a text. It was a declaration, a challenge, and I knew that they'd be coming at me hard after this. I wasn't scared, though. No, I was feeling more alive than I had in months. The group chat exploded right away, Mom. Texted, this is what you wanted, huh? To ruin our family over at dinner, you think? This will make things better, Uncle Mark. Texted, you've gone too far. This isn't the way to handle things. Your mom worked hard to make Christmas special, and you're just making a mess of it. And there it was, the classic. It's all your fault defense every time they messed up. They found a way to blame me for their actions. I wasn't falling for it anymore. I knew they were trying to guilt trip me into backing down, but I wasn't budging. But then my mom's text came through. Again, this time it was different. It wasn't angry. It was apologetic, Mom. Texted, please let him just talk. We can't keep doing this. You're my daughter. Love you, but you're pushing us all away. I stared at the screen, holding my breath. For a moment, I knew she was trying to soften me up, trying to make me feel guilty, but I had no intention of letting her off the hook that easily. Not after everything they'd done. I typed out a message, but this time I took my time. Wasn't just going to snap back this time. I was going to make them sweat. I replied, you know, it's funny you say that because I thought family was supposed to be there for each other, but apparently I was wrong. Maybe I am pushing you away, but you're right. This isn't just about Christmas. It's about the way you've treated me for years, the way you've always put me second. I'm done being a part of that. I could almost feel the tension building as I read over my message. I wasn't sure if they'd try to keep guilt-tripping me or if they'd just give up, but I was done a few minutes. Later, the phone rang. I didn't answer. I wasn't ready to talk yet. Then came a voice message. It was from my mom. I don't know what's going on with you, but this isn't you. Please call me back. Let's sort this out. We're family. Remember the voice? Message was so soft, almost pleading it. Almost made me feel bad, but then I remembered all the years of feeling left out, all the times they'd done this to me. And I realized something. I wasn't the one who needed to make it right, that I didn't respond. Instead, I sat back and watched the messages pile up my phone. Buzzing with each one, they were all scrambling now, trying to salvage what was left of their perfect little holiday. A couple hours later, I got a notification from Facebook. My mom had posted a long dramatic status. It read, it's been a tough year, and I know things aren't perfect, but we need to come together as a family. I love you, please. Let's talk. This isn't the way to handle things there. It was again the guilt, the attempt to twist the narrative. She was trying to paint herself as the victim, trying to make everyone think I was being unreasonable, but she didn't know what I had planned next, because here's the thing. They had no idea how deep this was going to cut, they thought. I just let it go like always. They thought they could cancel me out of their lives, and I just accepted, but I wasn't just going to let this slide. I had one more move left to play the next morning. I woke up to find that my mom had taken down her post, but I had already saved it. I screenshot that entire status along with the comments from everyone telling me I needed to fix things. Then I sent the screenshot to all of my mom's friends, everyone who had commented about how perfect our family was, everyone who had seen her post and believed her story. I didn't just stop there, though. I posted the screenshots on my own page, tagging her. Made sure everyone knew exactly what kind of family I was dealing with. The next time my mom tried to call me, I didn't pick up. Instead, I left a message. Your attempt to make me the villain not going to work. Let's see how long your perfect family lasts now that everyone knows the truth. The hours after I posted that screenshot felt like an eternity. I was watching my phone like a hawk, waiting for any kind of response, and sure enough, it came. My mom texted me again. But this time it was different, though. Message was cold, almost businesslike. Mom texted, "I don't know what you think you're accomplishing by dragging our private family matters into public, but you've crossed a line. Don't expect to be part of any family events moving forward. You've made your choice." I felt it chill run down my spine. She was really doing this. She was cutting me off just like that, but instead of feeling crushed, I felt empowered. I had exposed the truth, and now they were scrambling to keep their perfect image intact. That I didn't respond to her text right away. I just let it sit there, lingering. I had more important things to do the following day. I woke up to dozens of messages from people I hadn't heard from in years. Family friends, extended family people who had been kept in the dark about what was really going on in our family. Some of the messages were supportive. "I had no idea they treated you like that. I'm so sorry. You deserve so much better." Others were more judgmental, telling me I was making a mistake by airing family drama. "You've gone too far. This is family business, not something to post online." But none of that mattered to me anymore. The floodgates had opened, and I wasn't going to close them for the first time in ages. I felt like I had control over my life. It wasn't about winning their approval anymore. It was about standing up for myself. Then came a call from my aunt, the one who had innocently posted all those photos. I wasn't sure if I should answer, but I did anyway. Curious to hear what she had to say, Alinda said, "I don't know what you're doing, but your mom is really upset. She's telling everyone that you've ruined Christmas and made the family look bad. Honestly, thought we could work this out in private." I bit my lip, trying to keep my cool. She had no idea what had been happening behind closed doors, but she did play a part in it, so I wasn't about to sugarcoat things. I responded, "Alinda, maybe you should have thought about that before you posted the photos online. You've made it pretty clear what kind of family I'm dealing with. If you're so worried about how this makes us look, maybe you should have told my mom to stop treating me like I don't matter." There was a long pause on the other end. I could hear the gears turning in her head as she processed my words, and Linda said, "I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I just wanted everyone to be happy." I replied, "You didn't mean for it to happen, but you didn't think about the consequences either, and now I'm left dealing with all of this alone." At Linda's side, her voice tinged with guilt, and Linda said, "Maybe we all made mistakes, but the way you've handled this, it's just not fair to your mom. She's heartbroken." I had to laugh bitterly. I wasn't the one breaking hearts here, but I knew I had to be careful. This wasn't just about getting them to apologize. It was about proving I didn't need them anymore. I replied, "If she's heartbroken, it's because she's realizing that I'm not just going to let her walk all over me anymore. Tell her to stop pretending to be the victim." I hung up before she could say anything else. The satisfaction of hanging up felt good. It felt right. And I knew there was one more step I had to take. That night, I went back to the post I'd made on Facebook. I'd already been getting messages, but I wanted to stir the pot a little more. I wanted to make sure they couldn't just sweep this under the rug. I edited the post. I added a little something extra to all the people telling me that family drama shouldn't be posted online. "You're absolutely right, but when my family treats me like I'm invisible and then tries to cover it up with perfect holiday photos, that's the kind of thing the world should see. I'm tired of being the one who gets stepped on. So here's the truth." And just like that, I pressed send. This time I knew there was no going back. I leaned back in my chair, feeling a sense of relief wash over me. I had exposed the truth. They couldn't take it back, and even if they tried to make me the bad guy, I knew the world would see it for what it was within minutes. The messages started coming in. Mom texted, "You've made your choice. Don't come crawling back when you realize you've lost your family." Rachel texted, "I don't know why you're doing this, but you need to stop before you ruin everything." But I wasn't backing down. I had already made my peace. They weren't going to control me anymore. For the first time in my life, I felt free. The weight of years of emotional manipulation, guilt tripping, and being the family scapegoat had been lifted. They wanted to pretend I didn't exist. Fine. I would make sure they remembered me for exactly who I was, the one who refused to be treated like garbage. I put my phone on silent and sat down with a cup of coffee, staring out the window. It was snowing lightly, the streetlights casting a warm glow on the quiet neighborhood. Somewhere, other families were enjoying their Christmas leftovers, laughing, exchanging gifts, creating real memories with people who actually cared about each other. I had spent years wishing for that kind of family, but now I realized I didn't need them that night. I decided to take things a step further. I gathered every text, every message, every passive-aggressive guilt trip family had ever sent me and compiled them into one final post, except this time it wasn't for Facebook. I sent it directly to every extended family member, every family friend, every mutual connection my mom had cultivated over the years to maintain her perfect image. No caption, no explanation, just the raw, ugly truth that I knew exactly what would happen next. My mom would scramble to do damage control. She would spin the story to make herself the victim, how I had lashed out, how I had ruined Christmas, how I had driven a wedge between us, but it didn't matter. The people who mattered would see through it, and the ones who didn't, I didn't need them anyway. The next morning, my phone was flooded with responses. Some were shocked, some apologized for not realizing how bad it had been, some defended my mom, saying she was just trying her best, but the best message came from an unexpected source. My cousin Emily. Emily and I had never been particularly close. She had always been the golden child, the one who got everything handed to her, but her message was short and to the point. I had no idea. "I'm so sorry, you don't deserve this. If you ever need family, you've got me." That was all I needed to see, do I? Replied with a simple thank you. And then I blocked my mother. I blocked my sister. I blocked every single person who had chosen to side with them, and just like that, I was free. The silence was deafening at first, but then I realized it wasn't silence. It was peace. I made myself breakfast, played some music, and started looking up flights. I had always wanted to take a solo trip somewhere new, somewhere exciting, maybe Europe, maybe South America. It didn't matter. For the first time in my life, I was making choices for me, and I wasn't looking back. Update, hey, everyone, I thought I'd drop a quick update since it's been a year-long story. Short, I've never been happier. Cutting them off was the best decision I've ever made. I spent the past year traveling, meeting new people, and actually enjoying life without the constant stress of family drama hanging over me. I found a great job, moved to a new place, and even made real friends, ones who actually care about me. As for my family, well, karma has been working overtime. Turns out without me around as their scapegoat, they started turning on each other. My sister and mom had a massive falling out. No surprise there. And from what I've heard through the grapevine, a lot of extended family members don't trust them anymore. After seeing the receipts I posted last year, mom tried to play the victim, but people weren't buying it. They reached out a few times, empty apologies, guilt, tripping the usual, but I never responded. They made their choice this Christmas. I'm spending it with people who actually want me around, and for the first time, it really is the best Christmas ever. No regrets.